Welcome to the fifth session of Principles of Inheritance and Variation. Mendel's studies mainly described those traits that have distinct alternate forms, such as flower color, which are either purple or white. But if you look around, you will find that there are many traits which are not so distinct in their occurrence and are spread across a gradient. For example, in humans, we don't just have tall or short people as two distinct alternatives, but a whole range of possible heights. Such traits are generally controlled by three or more genes and are thus called polygenic traits. Besides the involvement of multiple genes, polygenic inheritance also takes into account the influence of environment. Human skin color is another classic example for this. In a polygenic trait, the phenotype reflects the contribution of each allele, that is, the effect of each allele is additive. To understand this better, let us assume that three genes A, B, C control skin color in human with the dominant forms capital A, capital B, and capital C responsible for dark skin color and the recessive forms small a, small b, and small c for light skin color. The genotype with all the dominant alleles capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, capital C will have the darkest skin color, and with all the recessive alleles small a, small a, small b, small b, small c will have the lightest skin color. As expected, the genotype with three dominant alleles and three recessive alleles will have an intermediate skin color. In this manner, the number of each type of alleles in the genotype would determine the darkness or lightness of the skin in an individual. We have so far seen the effect of a gene on a single phenotype or trait. There are, however, instances where a single gene can exhibit multiple phenotypic expression. Such a gene is called a pleiotropic gene. The underlying mechanism of pleiotropy in most cases is the effect of a gene on metabolic pathways which contributes towards the different phenotypes. An example of this is the disease phenylketonuria, which occurs in humans. The disease is caused by the mutation in the gene that calls for the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. This manifests itself through phenotypic expression characterized by Mendel retardation and a reduction in hair and skin pigmentation. We all are aware that some of the disorders are inherited from our ancestors. This was based on the heritability of certain characteristic features in families. After the discovery of Mendel's work, the practice of analyzing inheritance patterns of traits in human beings began. Since it is evident that control crosses that can be performed in pea plant or in other organisms are not possible in case of human beings, thus the study of family history about the inheritance of a particular trait provides an alternative. Pedigree study is a strong tool of genetics to trace inheritance of specific trait abnormalities or diseases. In the pedigree analysis, the inheritance of a particular trait is represented in the family tree over generations. It helps in genetic counseling to avoid genetic disorders. It predicts the harmful effects of marriage between close relatives. It is extensively used in medical research. Let's have a look into pedigree symbols. Standard symbol representing a male is a square, while that of a female is a circle. A rhombus is used if the sex is unspecified. Filled square, circle, and rhombus represent affected individuals. Mating is indicated by a single line. Mating between relatives is shown by a double line. Parents are shown above and children below in the order of birth. Parents with affected child is shown differently, and 5 unaffected offsprings are shown by the number in the rhombus. Heterozygous male is represented by half-filled square, while a heterozygous female is represented by a half-filled circle. You have already learned that each and every feature in an organism is controlled by one or the other gene located on the DNA present in the chromosome. DNA is the carrier of genetic information. It is hence transmitted from one generation to the other without any change or alteration. However, changes or alteration do take place occasionally. Such an alteration or change in the genetic material is referred to as mutation. A number of disorders in human beings have been found to be associated with the inheritance of changed or altered genes or chromosomes. These disorders can be called as genetic disorders. It can be of two types: Mendelian disorders and chromosomal disorders. Example for Mendelian disorders are hemophilia, cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, color blindness, phenylketonuria, and thalassemia. Example for chromosomal disorders are Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome. Let's have a look into Mendelian disorders. Mendelian disorders are mainly determined by alteration or mutation in the single gene. These disorders are transmitted to the offspring on the same line as we have studied in the principle of inheritance. The pattern of inheritance of such Mendelian disorders can be traced in a family by pedigree analysis. Mendelian disorders may be dominant or recessive. By pedigree analysis, one can easily understand whether the trait in question is dominant or recessive. Similarly, the trait may also be linked to the sex chromosomes, as in the case of hemophilia. It is evident that this X linked recessive trait shows transmission from carrier female to male progeny. Hemophilia or bleeder's disease is a sex linked recessive disease which shows its transmission from unaffected female carrier to some of the male progeny has been widely studied. In this disease, a single protein that is responsible for the clotting of blood is affected. Due to this, in an affected individual, a simple cut will result in non-stop bleeding. The heterozygous female, who is a carrier for hemophilia, may transmit the disease to sons. The possibility of female becoming a hemophilic is extremely rare because mother of such a female has to be at least carrier and the father should be hemophilic. The family pedigree of Queen Victoria shows a number of hemophilic descendants as she was a carrier of the disease, because of which hemophilia is also known as royal disease. Sickle cell anemia is an autosome linked recessive trait that can be transmitted from parents to the offspring when both the partners are carriers for the gene. The disease is controlled by a single pair of allele, HBA and HBS. Out of the three possible genotypes, only homozygous individuals for HBS show diseased phenotype. Heterozygous individuals appear apparently unaffected, but they are the carriers of the disease as there is 50% probability of transmission of the mutant gene to the progeny, thus exhibiting sickle cell trait. The defect is caused by the substitution of glutamic acid by valine at the sixth position of beta globin chain of the hemoglobin molecule. The substitution of amino acid in the globin protein results due to the single base substitution at the sixth codon of the beta globin gene from GAG to GUG. The mutant hemoglobin molecule undergoes polymerization under low oxygen tension, causing the change in the shape of RBC from biconcave disc to elongated sickle-like structure. Sickling of RBC obstructs the blood vessel and reduces the blood flow to different body parts, leading to an anemic condition. Phenylketonuria is also an autosomal recessive trait. This inborn error of metabolism is inherited during birth. The affected individual lacks an enzyme, phenylalanine hydroxylase, that converts the amino acid phenylalanine into tyrosine. As a result of this, phenylalanine is accumulated and converted into phenylpyruvic acid and other derivatives. Accumulation of these in brain results in mental retardation. These are also excreted through urine because of its poor absorption by kidneys. Let's have a look into color blindness, which is a sex-linked recessive disorder. It occurs due to defect in either red or green corn of eye, resulting in failure to discriminate between red and green color. It is due to the mutation of certain genes present in the X chromosome. It occurs in about 8% of males and only 0.4% of females. This is because the genes that lead to red-green color blindness are on the X chromosome. Males have only one X chromosome and females have two. The son of a woman who carries the gene has a 50% chance of being colorblind. The mother is not herself colorblind because the gene is recessive. That means the effect is suppressed by her matching dominant normal gene. A daughter will not normally be colorblind unless her mother is a carrier and father is colorblind. Thalassemia is an autosome-linked recessive blood disease transmitted from parents to the offspring when both the partners are unaffected carrier for the gene. The defect could be due to either mutation or deletion, which ultimately results in reduced rate of synthesis of one of the globin chains that make up hemoglobin. This causes the formation of abnormal hemoglobin molecules, resulting into anemia, which is characteristic of the disease. Thalassemia can be classified according to which chain of hemoglobin molecule is affected. In alpha thalassemia, the production of alpha globin chain is affected, while in beta thalassemia, production of beta globin chain is affected. Alpha thalassemia is controlled by two closely linked genes, HBA1 and HBA2, on chromosome 16 of each parent, and it is observed due to mutation or deletion of one or more of the four genes. The more genes affected, the less alpha globin molecules produced. While beta thalassemia is controlled by a single gene HBB on chromosome 11, of each parent and occurs due to mutation of one or both the genes. Thalassemia differs from sickle cell anemia in that the former is a quantitative problem of synthesizing too few globin molecules, while the latter is a qualitative problem of synthesizing an incorrectly functioning globin. Let's have a look into chromosomal disorders. The chromosomal disorders are caused due to absence or excess or abnormal arrangement of one or more chromosomes. Failure of segregation of chromatids during cell division cycle results in the gain or loss of a chromosome called aneuploidy. For example, Down syndrome results in the gain of extra copy of chromosome 21. Similarly, Turner syndrome results due to loss of an X chromosome in human females. Failure of cytokinesis after telophase stage of cell division results in an increase in a whole set of chromosomes in an organism, and this phenomenon is called as polyploidy. This condition is often seen in plants. The total number of chromosomes of a normal human being is 46 or 23 pairs. Out of these, 22 pairs are autosomes and one pair of chromosomes are sex chromosomes. Sometimes, though rarely, either an additional copy of chromosome may be included in an individual or an individual may lack one of any pair of chromosomes. These conditions are known as trisomy or monosomy of a chromosome respectively. Such a situation leads to a very serious consequences in the individual. Down syndrome, Turner syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome are common examples of chromosomal disorders. Down syndrome is a genetic disorder caused due to the presence of an additional copy of chromosome number 21 or trisomy of 21. This disorder was first described by Langdon Down in 1866. The affected individual is short-statured with small round head, furrowed tongue, and partially open mouth. Palm is broad with characteristic palm crease. Physical, psychomotor, and mental development is retarded. Klinefelter syndrome is a genetic disorder which is caused due to the presence of an additional copy of X chromosome resulting into a karyotype of 47. Such an individual has overall masculine development, however, the feminine development is also expressed. Such an individual is sterile. Turner syndrome is caused due to the absence of one of the X chromosomes, that is, 45 with X0. Such individuals are sterile as ovaries are rudimentary, besides other features including lack of other secondary sexual characters. In this session, we have discussed about polygenic inheritance, pleiotropy, pedigree analysis, and genetic disorders. With this, we come to the end of the chapter, Principles of Inheritance and Variation. Thank you and have a nice day.